So we are in Clovis, California, taking a look at a water meter. The box has been, I don't know, maybe because of the moisture, the box is well below curb, and it's supposed to be flush, and we're not going to do anything with that, but it's been grown over. So anyways, there was a repair done at one time. That's schedule 80 PVC pipe down there, and we turned the water on real quick. Go ahead and turn that water on again. We turn the water on, and it looks like the water is coming from the meter side, so something's happening from the point of connection at the meter down to this pipe right here. So you can see the water start to roll out there, and so it means everything from here moving forward. I don't see anything coming out from the back side toward the house, so we're going to leave that alone. Go ahead and shut it off. And we're going to try and dig this up. Unfortunately, the backyard is locked. That's where the shutoff to the house is at. That helps isolate the water that's back feeding this ditch. So that's going to take a little additional time. Anyways, if you want us to take a look at this, we certainly can. I'm going to give you a holler right now and give you an estimate on the price to repair this. So we're still in Clovis. We went ahead and just pulled the box out of here. Just to check and make sure that this meter is not leaking on the one side. We don't think so. When you look down here, you can see they left the old iron pipe in place, and I'm just going to bet you that something's leaking along there. Some work was done at one point. I can see brand new schedule 80 pipe down there. I showed you that in the first portion of this video, and so they just replaced it, left all the iron pipe. You can see there's the adapter, all the iron pipes still in place up to the brass fitting. So we're just going to crack it a little bit just so we can make sure no water is coming out from the city side. So it's real easy. And there it is. Turn it off. Okay, so you can see it squirting out. You know what it actually looks like is it looks like a male adapter is screwed into an iron pipe 90. Something happened with that. Either the PVC adapter, and that's the white portion, it's 1.25 inch male threads, has snapped off, or the iron pipe worn out. Either way, we're going to fix it. So we'll take a video when we're done. So we are still here in Clovis, California, and we've got this repair done. First of all, we'll show you what was going on here. Looks like they did a repair, and they replaced maybe some piping. The old iron pipe that was underneath, they replaced it with the PVC, as far as we can tell, because you can see it down there, and it goes underneath the sidewalk. How far, we don't know. We're imagining they replaced the iron pipe that went underneath with the PVC. Unfortunately, they left this in place, which is iron pipe as well. You can see it's corroded. So, and we showed you the second video where water was squirting out right here. So it simply has failed, and no big deal. I mean, you could probably take this and beat a little. Oh yeah, okay, so that's why it's broken. It just it's done. Anyway, so that's that part. The part that we've done is the first part, which was real fun, is that meter. If you were to look at it from the side here, was not level. In other words, it was kind of leaning up at an angle, which means up at an angle like that, which makes it hard to drop down and tie into the plumbing. So what we had to do first, we've got a big digging bar that we use, very heavy material. We slide it down behind the city riser there, the curb stop, down against the pipe, and we literally just pry it forward enough like that until it sits level with the world. So, you know, so it comes in and it's nice and straight. Once we got that done, we took a brand new brass 90 adapter. You can see it right there on top. So it's got a brand new gasket in there, brand new brass 90, down to another piece of brass, and then it so that's all brass. That's rated for soil. The meter, brass. The shutoff valve, brass. They left the iron pipe in. You see what happens to iron pipe. So that's all brass. That'll last forever. At least it'll last as long as you live here, I would imagine. So brass, down to schedule 80 PVC. That's 1.25 inch. We drop down to 1.25 inch 90 at the bottom, and then You can see there's a bushing in there because the pipe they used to go underneath is 1 inch, which is totally fine. So we just connected those two with an 1 1/4" 90, 1 1/4" by 1 bushing, a little piece of pipe in between, 1 inch coupling, so it's all tied back in right there. So this is all nice and tied back together. We're drying, letting the glue dry right now, so we're going to wait a little bit. What we are going to do is we're going to sand most of this in. Down there where there's the big cavity under the pipe, we sand it in. We don't put this mud back in there because it pushes the pipe around and causes problems with the plastic fittings. So we sand it back in first. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. This box was recessed into the lawn. We're going to bring it up to curb level. I'd imagine it's sunk a little bit over the years, whatever, but we're going to fill it back in and get it popped up so at least it is level with sidewalk and curb right there. You can't really see it because of so much overgrowth, but sidewalk and curb. And then we'll fill back fill back in what we can, and the rest we're just going to toss in the dumpster over there, or throw it over in your landscaping over there, whatever dirt is left over, because we're going to use about 300 pounds of sand in here. It's just the best way to put things back together. So anyways, that's the video for right now. After we get it sanded, we'll take another video. Outside of that, we are done. Okay, so last part of the video, everything is backfilled. Now we did go ahead and said we're going to use 6 bags. We ended up using 4. It settled in real nice. What we did is we got sand all around the box, which is good. And you can see in there, got some blocks down there, and then we got sand all in there, just because we like to see it supported real well, that meter. So it's filled up all with sand, about 12 inches underneath, and a couple blocks to hold this box in place, and then more sand. And of course that was sanded in. The pipe that we showed you in the earlier part of the video, that's sanded in all the way up to about 12 inches above the pipe. So what we did is we took the drier dirt and put it around the box. That helps set the box in place so it doesn't move around. And then as we had some real soupy dirt, and that's what's on top. So this is going to take quite a bit of time to dry out. Reason being, it's winter. It's going to rain this week, and it's been saturated. That's been leaking a long time. We did not have access to any water out front. Your water service is behind that fence. I would imagine that fence was not installed by the contractor. Water, gas, electric, and all that. I could be wrong, but typically the water is accessible. The shut-off main to the house is in the front yard, and it's right around the corner right there. I think maybe you moved the gate because you put a water softener there, so that would make sense. But then nothing out front, and these are Centex homes. We used to do these in the 90s, and my boss was cheap, so he gave you one hose bib there, one in the back. He might have given you one on the side, I don't know, but there's no water out here. We can't wash down your sidewalk. Can't wash down your street. It's broom swept. We shoveled up all the mud we could, broom swept it, so it's pretty good. I mean, it's not bad. We usually like to keep it clean so the city doesn't come by and have a problem, or one of your neighbors come by, but it's just pretty muddy out here. Do not walk in there at all. You will sink in it. So just let it dry. It'll dry. Water's on. We have no way of testing your home because you're not here. But when you get home, you're gonna have to go through probably and clean out some aerators and maybe some sand and grit, things like that. You'll probably have a little bit of air in the lines, whatnot. But anyways, that's it. Outside of that, this installation is done.